Alright. Alright. Today, I feel like drawing a monster. Creature design day. I think I'll just draw a creature today. Monster. Hey Zillion. How's it going? I feel like I want to paint a monster today. It's one of those days, you know? Hey Frox, how's it going? That's nice. Great. Glad that you're on time, sirs. Hey Stonic, how's it going? What kind of monster should I draw? Please give me your happy days. Yeah. Joyful baby diarrhea brown. My favorite tone. A troglodyte. I don't know what a troglodyte is, but that's choice number one. Oh, all right. Cave dweller then. All right, let's go cave dweller for us normal people, and not you high intelligence person like you, troglodyte. No, I should know what a troglodyte is. Any other suggestions? The guys from Heroes 3? Heroes 3? I don't know what that is. Oh, Heroes of Might and Magic. Right. That I know what it is. You two are clearly fans if you abbreviate it to Heroes. Anyways, so we got troglodyte. Any other suggestions? Please feel free to suggest anything monster related. We got troglodyte from Froax. Any other theme, or we're gonna give it to Froax? It seems like Froax is getting the topic. Alright. Froax is getting the topic. Monster troglodyte. Troglodyte. Alright, here we go. Congrats, Froax. You are the winner, chicken dinner. Okay. So, troglodyte, cave dweller. Oh, nice. Super hard brush. Okay, let's go a little bit super hard brush and what's it called? Smudge. Frogs, yeah, please go ahead if you remember what you wanted to ask. Please do, because I knew you had a question, but I don't remember what the question was. No. Hey Gria, how's it going? Good morning, Gria. I can't use this super hard brush. All right. How can you set up your own project or redesign for a game? Right. Great. Now we're on the topic. Now I remember. Well, the thing is, like for me, the thing is what you got to consider, right? 2 minutes in. The thing you got to consider is in terms of redesign. Redesign itself means you're throwing the old stuff out and spending time on designing something that's new but is the same thing. You know, like if I would redesign a BMW, you know, it wouldn't be a BMW anymore. It would be, you know, or if I would be working for BMW, they would take an old BMW and say, we're going to redesign this. We're going to more or less throw it out and do it from scratch, right? What's cool, what's trendy, what works and what doesn't work, and so on. So if you're going to, like, let's say, in that sense, redesign a game, you literally have to consider what is, like, the heritage of that IP, the visual language, if it has a visual identity, you know, or if it's just generic. Regardless, you have to pinpoint what it is that determines that from any other game. Like, I did this analogy of a lineup of character designs. And when you're designing, let's say, the main character in a genre that's supposed to be a specific type of character, you put them next to other type of characters that have the same kind of behavior or same characteristics or same category, and then you see all of them next to each other, and then you consider, okay, what sets them apart, what is their special sauce, what's their balance, right? And then you look at your character. Look at that bug, interesting. So you look at that character, your own, and consider, okay, what elements in my design makes it stand out? What elements in this one makes it my character? And have I pushed it enough? Is there enough elements in terms of, I'm not saying items on the character, but let's say the hairstyle is maybe like that. On your character, is it an iconic enough shape that is relatable to that personality, towards that product, and so on, you know, or is the stylish haircut, I'm not saying my haircut is stylish, but is the stylish haircut, you know, like to the side like that, relevant, or is it just a personal taste, you know, and all these things. And when you figure it out, you know, if you're going to redesign heroes, what makes heroes versus any Blizzard game? Hey, both Shartha Mel, so on. Right? So you first got to figure out what is the world, you know, what is the limits of the world. And then if you're going to redesign or do concepts for it, you first got to know what determines that, you know, do your best to try to determine what the game that you're going to redesign for, or, you know, pay tribute to, what that means, you know. And there's a lot of people who just do the character, the elements of the character in their own style, and say it's a redesign. But it is, because it's gone through another filter other than the original artists. And it sounds like so much work, but in theory, all you got to do is just analyze what you're looking at, analyze the world that they have spent time creating. That's just, to put it simply, that's all you got to do, just look at it and figure out, you know. The shoulder pads has to be big in a World of Warcraft character. You can't have realistic medieval armor in a World of Warcraft character, because then it won't sit right, you know. Captain Bones, what have you done? Yeah, that looks like heavy drug use. Don't do drugs, kids. Anyway, so, well, like, what you got to consider, for me, like when I did redesigns of Star Wars, I could have drawn the Star Wars characters as they are through my artistic filter, you know, how I paint, the color choices I make, but try to stay true, to the costuming and the personalities that the movies have created, right? Or what I chose to do many years ago was to funnel it through steampunk Star Wars or steampunk, and also stylized steampunk, right? It's not realistic, and it was a personal choice that I wanted to try because I wanted to play with design rather than just simply redesign or redo the characters through my filter. And I just wanted it to be more difficult. And I try to, just the same way, honor the elements that determines the characters, but more heavily kind of readjusting what that is, so it fits the world I wanted to create, or the steampunk, stylized steampunk category I wanted to have them sit in. Hey Miguel, how's it going? Hey Amir, dear Bard, what up? But yeah, exactly, Froex. The thing is, like, do that. Just start doing it. And all in all, what you're gonna get out of it, in the end of the day, what you're gonna get out of it is cool concepts that you come up with. Right? And if it's true to heroes or not, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it would be cool if you could, you know, it would be great to ride the what's it called? Hype of an IP, right? The fan base of an IP. But regardless, that could happen if you just do your own style. Like, take a look at for example, my steampunk Star Wars stuff. Take my, let's say, Luke Skywalker next to the real Luke Skywalker, and they're nothing alike. Yet the fan base recognized it and they appreciated it for what it was. Some were salty, obviously, and you can never escape from that. But nevertheless, the fact that I did that, and I just had fun exploring and have fun designing, trying to look at what is Kylo Ren, what makes Kylo Ren, how can I make that into my own version based on these design principles, right? So if you're going to do something for heroes, if you say, I'm going to make a new city, and this game operates by having a heavy and a light or whatever, I don't remember how heroes work, but and you just design your own in somewhat the same visual space. Somewhat. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't even need to look the same. As long as it could easily, on the rule set of that world, apply, then yeah. I don't see any other reason, you know, then you should definitely do it. It's fun. It's good fun. It's a good practice, and it also makes you less lost, because you can lean on their game and what they've defined, and things like that, right? And so you can put yourself back on track if you get lost. I have no idea what I'm doing with this face. I'm hating the face. Viciously, I'm hating it. Dear Bart, you're a VIP because you are a veteran. And UB3 starts soon. Yes. The code is slowly being implemented on the website. It works. There's some smaller things to iron out, and then it's going to be website-based sign up with like through the code base, like a button to press, rather than you typing and I recognize you typing. But I think I'm going to cap it at 100. So we're not going to grow beyond 100 because of time. It's going to be like a year-long competition if we do 150. Captain Boss, cool. Anyway, so the steampunk Star Wars stuff, even though it's far from the original version of Star Wars, right? You can't even compare the two. Nevertheless, there was so much traffic, and I got so much viral traffic just because I decided that I'll just have some fun, right? And during the same time, a lot of other people noticed the kind of viral success some of my themed redesign explorations generated. They started doing that as well. And there was a big period many years ago, I think around 2008, 9, 10, there was a lot of, like on Kotaku, like people redesigning Zelda, like making environments for Zelda that doesn't even look like the game, more like Lord of the Rings, but they just funneled it through the parameters of Zelda, but it looked like an adult Lord of the Ring version of Zelda. And nevertheless, it kind of generated a lot of interest, and it was fun to look at, and all these things, right? So my best suggestion to you would be just start drawing something that could sit in the category of whatever IP you like and enjoy drawing for, and then don't worry about it. And if you want to try to be a little bit professional, just set yourself as try to think of it like a job, right? And try to see in the game what the game has. The game has 4 character archetypes, right? So then you go, what are the character archetypes? I mean, I don't know if the game has this, but it's arbitrary. And then you go, all right, so I got to do a heavy and a light and a medium and a wizard, and then that's it. And you do that, and that's step 1, right? Have fun. But because in the end of it, it's just a way of showing that you can, have fun doing stuff like that. And it's not meant to be anything serious. It's not meant to, it could be a great portfolio piece and people can see it and understand it a lot more easy. And it removes a lot of pressure from you to be having to be this designer that fully understands everything, generate a world and all these things. You can just easily lean on someone else's hard work and use that to further your own art. For me, I'd say you should do redesigns of a known IP at some point, because it's a good, fun challenge, and ideally, hopefully, it'll make you grow as an artist, because you put yourself in an uncomfortable position, or you love a certain theme and you can put your spin on it. Or over the years, I've always spent some time on doing fan tributes, or what could I design, if I would do the same design, like I designed the penguin and the poison ivy and scarecrow and Batman, and because I was just thinking, all right, Batman is a cool character, but I would not design Batman that way. How would I design Batman? And I would, run it through my filter. Frogs, if I did work for RuneScape, yeah. We've been working with RuneScape for a few years. Old RuneScape and new RuneScape. I usually play the game of who have I not worked with at this point in my career. There are still some clients and some IPs I haven't touched, but I think I've had the honor of working with majority of all major studios and IPs, which is crazy to say. Can we tell what we did for RuneScape? Yeah, for RuneScape we didn't design anything like in-game items. For RuneScape we did a lot of marketing art and a lot of what's it called? Splash. Oh, that was hard to pull out of my brain. A lot of splash art. And some like R&D stuff for the coming things in terms of you know what it could look like in terms of key art. Frogs, yeah, it's good fun. I've never really played it, but you know, like with all things, with our clients, we do research, and I've looked into RuneScape. It seems cool. It seems very specific though. It's like if you haven't like got into it from before, it's gonna be probably quite hard to get into it today. That's kind of thing. But it seems very casual, which is cool, you know, relaxing game. Hey Kuru. Cheers. I don't know really what I'm doing. I struggled a lot with the face, and I spent too much time on the face, which I've never even gotten to a point which I like. So currently I'm just kind of wasting time here, and painting and repainting. And if I wouldn't be streaming, I would have changed painting. So I'm kind of pushing it forward, regardless. And welcome back, Kurus, by the way. If you don't mind, Kuru, how's the work going? Are you still in uni last year, or did you graduate? Getting any jobs? Are you one of those fortunate ones from this community that has gotten some work? Some scale pattern? Yeah, probably. You dropped out after the first year? Oh no. Well, I don't know if it's oh no. Maybe it was a smart move. Who knows? I really like the stuff you've been doing lately, Kuru. It's you're putting a lot of stuff together in the right way. It looks good. Kuru, did you are you looking for a job or did you get the job? If you don't mind saying, that is. If you don't want, just say no. I don't want to talk about it. Kuru, really? That's cool. Do you have any studios in mind? Do you want to go AAA? AAA. Or freelance? Or what's your poison? In-house? AAA. Frogs. Yeah, art schools are different though. They are not video game related. Anything at this point. That's interesting. You want to get more experience. Hey, Ritash. Ah, no, this is me having a bad day. I could get way more done. This is nothing. Right, yeah, just joking. Cheers. Thank you for the kind words. Frogs. The thing with art schools, they thrive on reputation. That's the only way they get more good students. Is that they hire or they get a lot of good names, good portfolios, so they can go, hey, we had artist X, Y, and Z here. You might want to join. What? Artist X, Y, and Z went there? Shit. I better up my game and apply quickly. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. But in all actuality, the school itself doesn't necessarily need to be that good. That they generate those artists because they're already good when they join there. Of course, credits to instructors and teachers. They will probably teach them a lot of things and they will be better artists. You know, that's what a good teacher does. And usually at a high profile school, the teacher quality probably is quite high because, again, they thrive on reputation and good artists that join. So you got to have a good reputation of good teachers as well, and so on and so on. But art schools thrive on reputation. That's why they hire or they accept only the best. Chuntao, yeah, XYZ is my favorite artist as well. Amazeballs. Oh, come on. There we go. OBS had a line cutting the window. I had activated some window and it was annoying me. I couldn't really focus on the text. Kuru, do it. In all sincerity, do it. Slumpen. Saliva, yeah. Can't go wrong with a little bit of spit and drool, right? I hear the old chain and ball arriving. But Kuru, you should definitely. We are looking for people at the moment. I don't know if it's on the website, but it should be. For the right person, the right projects, and so on. So it never hurts to send in. We're currently we offered one artist a new position. She is very environment heavy. She's going to start, I think, this month. We got an intern coming later this summer. In-house, yeah. Opus don't really do freelance. We do freelance for friends on special occasions when we have a great project for them, and we need, you know, they would just slot in and they're professional about it. The problem with a lot of freelancers is they're not used to our pace and used to our quality versus speed. So when we use freelancers, we usually use old employees that, you know, are well versed in the thing, you know, in the business. Froax, we do internships now and then. We have one intern that comes every Friday. She also spends every holiday at the studio, getting the experience in, you know, upping her skill set. We're gonna have a full-time intern this summer. We usually have full-time interns now and then. And if they're good enough, we give them a full-time employee. The lead, I think the guy that left recently, Henry Wong, he was intern. He worked with us for, I think, 3 years. He is now on Netflix animation and Aardman and all sorts of other juicy clients. I taught him well. I mean, that's reducing I'm reducing his effort by saying I did all the hard work. He's a great artist with hard drive and listens well, pays attention. Kuru, cool, do that. Or let me know in Discord, okay, if you need some specific email. Froax, how hard it is to get an internship. You gotta have a specific skill set. show a certain of maturity in style and design sense, and timing. Timing is the biggest issue for us. Is that we are not a massive like 100-man company or 30-man company. We're quite small but specialized, so we don't have a lot of internship spots. So it's more of like, okay, our intern is now getting full-time employed or is leaving, and then because interns we take on to develop them rather than having a finished product, we grow our interns. So it's like a half a year to a year commitment on our end, you know, to help the interns grow. We don't just want to, you know, get free work. We spend a lot of time on our interns so that they are becoming great artists. So it's not like a, you know, vaporware. We actually put effort and care into our interns. This is me like shitting on all other intern or other companies that have interns. It sounds horrific. Yeah, but Henry Wong, yeah, he ended up really good. I remember one of his first tasks, and he was like, "Photoshop? What's photo bashing? What's photo bashing?" All right. Frux, you never know. You should never have that mentality. You should set your aim and go for it. Anyways, my stream is up. Let's go and raid someone. Who should we raid? I'm looking at the people. Someone is doing bus and truck studies. Alright, that can be cool to look at. The monster did not end up like I wanted to, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Have a good one, everyone. Do the outro, then take it to the raid. See you tomorrow.